See Metatron and Sandalphon in the earth, please. Place Metatron, that 1.5 we spoke of yesterday above the head, the division between the 6th and 7th dimension, the physical and the spiritual. Your Christ itself is just slightly above your soul star, do you remember? And your soul star is already anchored in your thymus, some of you with a little difficulty. And just for the moment, for the few whose thymus is still a little bit too hard, I want you to visualize this thymus as plasticine, please. Put a little linseed oil on plasticine and you soften it. Actually go in and soften this thymus, please, as you would a piece of plasticine. For this will be the most used of all parts of your body, save and except the physical heart. Soften it, gentle ones. Just allow great light in. Very effective. Brilliant, brilliant light that you're creating. Good. Place the Archangel Camiel within your heart. This is the cosmic heart. Breathe him out, please, throughout eternity. I say unto myself, now I am prepared to live within my thymus, my cosmic heart, my connection with my God source. Before I get annoyed or perplexed or overly anxious about anything in my physical life, I will look to this thymus. I will never be lonely. For out of this I can create anything I wish within the realm of cosmic possibility, and as long as it does not intrude on somebody else's free will unless their soul gives permission. And my concentration is powerful. It does not whimper and say maybe. I will be very firm with the guidelines and the undertaking that I have been programmed for many millions of years. Breathe out, gentlemen. I realize that I am one of a select few who have agreed to pioneer and bring home and in essence save our beloved planet, for it will not go under this time. Everyone in this room was in Lemuria, some were in Ur, all were in Atlantis. And we're not going to let her go down this time, for we cannot recreate another school such as Earth. And I commit irrevocably to the wholeness of my I am. And no matter what I hear to dissuade me or attempt to steer me in a different direction, I will hold true to my convictions that God and I are one. God and I are one. I feel this radiate throughout my whole beingness as I make this connection with the eternal now. I realize it's a privilege to work with sequential time or linear time, because from here I can make a connection with my God source. I can create a channel with what we call time and what man has created as time and space. And I can connect with my God source where I cannot at other levels of consciousness, at other dimensions, for they are all in the now. So it's a phenomenal gift. If you live fifth dimensionally, you could not create a channel, for you're living in the relative now. And here we can make a very, very powerful channel with our God source. And that's what we will do. Later in the fourth dimension, you cannot do that. So this body we have now, I trust, can develop to the extent that it can handle the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. So it's a very special body. We feel the changes, we honor them, we sometimes feel a little uncomfortable, but we will withstand, knowing what is happening. Knowing that this connection is so profound with our I am, our God source. And this outer world that we live in, we must release gradually. We need to function third dimensionally, to live, to house ourselves, to do what we can for our children and friends. But I agree that I will be responsible only to my God source truth. And I will always go to the cosmic heart for my responses. No matter how chaotic the day is, the travel, the dream states, the sense of betrayal often. The matters of the heart. I recognize I own no one. And yet I am all things. I myself begin to connect now with the totality of the universe and in time with the spiritual realms. So I am all things. I am much greater than I have yet believed. I'm much greater than if I were Paul or if I were Peter. I am much greater than anything I might have wished to have been. For these beings never had this opportunity on this little planet at that time. It simply was not available, not only this vibration, the microtron, the feminine principle, and now a full DNA that will be activated. With many of you it already is. And I know that with this DNA I can also connect spiritually, for it's not confined to the 12 chakras. It's not limited to the 12 chakras. These vortices with the helices. Every misunderstanding I will attempt to run it through my own heart, which is my cosmic heart. And I will be very, very firm these next few years when everything I'm told would indicate that only darkness should prevail, and we know that this is not true. It has never worked on this planet except in the very distant past. Light. 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 Start to trigger the light, gentle ones, throughout this cosmic heart. Bring in those poles of light that we speak of, Michael, Raphael, Oriel, Gabriel. Anchor all the time this magnificent being, the Sandalphon. So from Sandalphon to Mahatma, now run an elevator. Visualize an elevator and you've got 352 floors. You go up and down and you invite all aspects of selves, all alternate realities that are piggybacking, who are, you may think, are taking great liberties on seeing the earth vicariously. You'll see some of your friends if you look. Those that have worked with Janet, she's on the right side. The Kamaras, greet the Kamara. We invite now every being who has been part of our creative team, and all those who may wish to see how it works for their planetary systems. Breathe, gentle ones, breathe. The magnificent clearing for all of you yesterday. I wish you'd breathe some of this out now. There's been when you breathe out, please leave it out. Don't breathe it back in again. That takes a bit of a study, doesn't it? The natural thing is to bring it in, leave it out and breathe it out. quite magnificent. Take your time now. Any area where there's resistance, please release it. Invite the angelic hosts, those with whom you have worked closely now, with all aspects of self, to come in and connect with this little planet, and connect with who they are in dense physicality. I remind all those that have alternate realities, I remind all these beings that are here, that are going or wishing to connect with the personality, that they cannot complete their journey without this connection. It's a two-way street. You cannot avoid this part of the wholeness. The crown is wonderfully open, but open up a little more, please. Mm-hmm. Look to the cloud that comes down on your magnificent channel now, and it's gold, it's white, and it has a little aqua blue in it. And place this in the thymus, place this in your cosmic room. And know that this is the feminine principle of existence that is absolutely new to many of these galaxies. And this is what is being monitored so closely by so many with this group. FPOE. So we've only been half here. This is not male bashing gentle hearts, and this is not to be blamed on anyone. It's just been the 250,000 years where half of us was not recognized. Let it settle in the heart. Now the God source, the dynamic, bring it also, the same colors, into the heart. We're not going to divide it to the left side or the right side, we're just bringing it into the cosmic heart. We disengage ourselves from separation as of now. We accept the completeness of the Mother, Father, the God, the Goddess, the all that is finally present. You see how comfortable it is? I want you to figurate now between these two sources of energy, what you call duality, what we have called duality. The oversoul met the higher self met the primal soul. There was no resistance as the amoeba enveloped the amoeba as a principle. And there's absolutely no resistance now as we unite with the full Creator, not half the Creator, and become full creators. Gentle children, this is the only way we can fulfill the plan, the master plan for all of creation. And it's being done on the densest level of consciousness of all. Breathe, gentle ones, breathe and mix and blend these two as one. See no separation whatsoever. I'm not going to give one a color and not the other one. They are one and the same as we integrate them. Aha. Aha. Broaden the room and make it much, much larger if you need to use the disc for the heart and the thymus. Call it a chakra. A chakra is what it is. And spin it faster and faster and faster until there is androgyny, until there is a sense of oneness. And one is not mightier than the other. It's just we have become and are becoming complete. Oh, yes. Very, very good. Very good. Becomes whiter with the source itself coming in. The undifferentiated source, the wholeness, incandescent white, 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 broader, broader, wider, wider. Breathe out, out, out throughout the universe and say, we are prepared to help all of creation with the unification of these two principles. And all the councils that are here, adhere, please, for we are doing it, and it is our pleasure to do this. And may they note that it does work, even at this density. Aha. Feel the balance as these two unite, please. There's been an incomplete matriarchal, patriarchal dominion. See them as absolutely one, one, one. Taking the parathyroid and the thyroid now as we spin the fifth disc, please. Keep anchored in the earth, gentle ones. Do not allow Sandalphon to anchor you. Ask Sandalphon to anchor you into the earth. You see the light get brighter and brighter the more grounded you are. Breathe. There's a lot of residue coming up for all of you. Spin it out throughout eternity off the end of these discs, please. Release all that denial, those who have been principally embodied in female bodies. Release that fifth chakra. Feel it freed. Feel yourself unified, one with the Creator, one with all that is, please. And know that you can speak, that your chakra is valid. Know that you can express yourself as a unified force, as a complete I am. I am. I am. God and I are neither male nor female. We are one. The wholeness is complete. The circuitry is complete. And we agree with ourselves now, we are in control, the cellular body is not, and we advise the cellular body and all glands that they integrate now and balance this feminine principle with the dynamic principle, and they become one. Little resistance, some of you with the throat, please release it. All those things that you felt you could never express because of womanhood or malehood or however you perceived yourself, please release. Or because the patriarch, the father, said you couldn't do this or you couldn't do that, or the mother said you were less than something that she believed in. Release all that now, please. In this great whiteness there is no anger, and if you see discoloration, release it, please. Throw it out throughout eternity. Chakras are discs. They are shaped as discs, and they are vortices. Vortice is a power center. And in this power center, move from the center out and fling out until it becomes an incandescent white. An incandescent white, the wholeness of Source. The wholeness of Source, please, gentle ones, is neither male nor female. And I balance my body now with this wholeness. I balance my 5-body system now with this wholeness. And I invite into this thymus my oversoul, which enveloped the higher self, which enveloped the soul star yesterday, and this great silver oversoul, which overshadows the 10th ray, so that I can create my spiritual body. I invite that in now. So it's the 10th ray that recodes the DNA, the 12 strand. Hold that thought as the 10th ray now merges with the synchronicity of the oneness of your complete I am, which is androgynous. No dualities at all, gentle ones. 10th ray, pearl colored, blend this now with this omnipresence. Blend it gently with the I am principle, the complete I am principle. It is this ray that can be handled so gently. It is, as all rays are, they're spiritual, but 10th, 11th, and 12th have only been known to function in the monad, never in the universal levels in the way that we are using it. Continue, gentlemen. I realize now that the 10th ray, the androgyny of the Source itself, neither being male nor female. There are no polarities now as we bring in the 10th ray, the united, the oneness of the God Source. And we say all selves, all aspects of self, soul, higher self, oversoul, monad, Source itself, the undifferentiated Source. Pour in now, please. Pour in through the crown, this great white. This great white, open the crown. Let there be no resistance, please. It's that waterfall that we saw the day before yesterday. Bring it in and flood this room. And for the moment, flood the body into the earth with the sandalphon. Oh, very good. Very good. The outer extremities of your body, please now, your emotional body, your etheric body, your mental body. Flood the emotional body, gentle ones, for it is and not in balance. It feels it's going to be deprived of its important position, acknowledged and loved. And we assure the emotional body now that it will be part of the wholeness, the complete I am, and we will support its integration with the totality of who we are becoming. The emotional body will now feel that it too is part of a greater wholeness, that it is not confined to dense physicality. Start to the disc coming down a little farther. To the bottom end of Kamiao, about your belly button. So the disc is large now and extended up to the crown chakra, to the belly button. Spin it very rapidly, gentle ones, and wherever you see any darkness, some of you still have it in the throat, some of you have clearing, you need to make done with the third eye, that feeling of having seen too much. And we say now we can open the third eye, for I have no fear that I'm conscious of. I release everything that we call the past. Past cannot exist, does not exist, and will not exist in my reality. I'm prepared to live totally within the now of my creative abilities. And I look to what we refer to as the future in sequential time with great hope. For I know that we can complete our mission on earth at this time, and it will be the most rewarding thing that we have ever done with and for our God source. Please take up the base chakra, gentle ones, into the heart, into the thymus room. You see it darken, clear that combined 10th ray and the white. I need not know fear. There will be events shortly in what we call time. I will look at them objectively. There will be events the next few years that many will be alarmed about. And I know I will have my center and be able to maintain my center and be above judgment. Simply be the all that is, the I am, as I balance now the God source in a level of duality. There's still too much residue in the base chakra for all of you. You raise it out, please breathe it out. It totally changed the color of the disc. Release the red. The first ray as red is wonderful. The first ray as anger is not. All of us at one time or another have been very angry, frustrated. Please release that now. Till the disc is white, gentle ones. It's not white. Even if we could get it pearl colored, would make us all very happy. Release the red from that. Release the orange. Release the yellow. Breathe out, gentle ones. Breathe in very, very deeply. We raise the vibration above the horrific belief in abuse, sexually, of unwanted use of my body. Of any fear whatsoever we lift now. For all those things were in the distant past, and they have no relevancy to who I am now, living in the now. I understand that I am in control of my kingdoms, of my body, of my psyche, of my soul levels, of my God source, for we are united. All the fear from what we view as the past is leaving me now. Into my beingness I abandon now as that which I no longer can carry. I feel lighter. I feel lighter. I feel the great oneness of the complete I am. Source light, the 10th ray, penetrates every part of this cosmic room now. And I agree that the feminine principle will become my reality. For every cell now touches into this principle, and we allow this to happen. And it is wondrous. I don't need to look at my right dynamic self and my left receptive self, for I simply am the I am. Raise now the emotional body, the second chakra, please, into the thymus. See and feel that you are whole, that you are complete. Spin the disc faster. There's huge accumulation coming up now. We clear this disc. Everything becomes one. Everything becomes one as we raise the vibration now. All the distorted colors within the emotional body release, please. Very good. Still more. Those patterns of guilt, of despair, of anger, of sexual abuse, fear of the dynamic must be released now, please. Fear of dynamic energy must be released now, please. Bring in the 7th and 11th ray, please. The 7th, the lavender, the purple, or the green to heal. I agree to trust. I agree to acknowledge my true nature, my true self, my total divine equality as the I am. Breathe, gentle ones, breathe it out, out. The color is getting brighter. See it as white, as the wholeness of white. Release, little ones, white. Very much better. Take up the solar plexus, your third chakra, the will, the lower mind, into the same cosmic room. Let us release all perceived structure, which from a God source is illusion. All that is man, that is made, all of that which is important to man, which is illusion. There is no ego. We release this ego, this lower self, into the I Am present. This has really shades of gray. We would like to remove it, please. Remove all limitation, all negative ego, all that says, look at what I did. Of the gray, allow the pearl color, the white. breaths now and release these through lower chakras totally. Give them to your God source. Give them to your God source. Give them to your God source. See how much lighter you can become. Gather all of the accumulation on outside or into your spiritual body, the body of Microtron, which you call the spiritual body. Breathe everything out to that and then funnel it up to the source into transformational fire, please. Breathe everything out, 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 into light, into light, into light, into light. Breathe it up into the source and transmute it into transformational fire, please. And it becomes incandescent white. Allow everything that's darkness or that you called your past, everything that has affected your modus operandi, your structure, your beingness, your personality, your all that is. Burn in transformational fire now, please. At the source is a great flame. Transformational fire. Open the crown now, please, and allow all of this incandescent white light to come back into the body, into every pore, every cell, as liquid white luminosity, please. Every cell. One cup full into the other, into the other, into the other, into the other. Use the cup as an example of cells becoming light. Burn away the three lower chakras where there's still a residue of that which wasn't carried into the thymus. Seventh ray is fine. Let us rejoice in our transformation. We have many, 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 by the thousands and thousands of visitors coming and going. All those aspects of self you would wish to have remain. Hmm. Open up your base for the moment, please. Allow the earth to share this experience with you. Take her also into the thymus, Gaia, into the thymus. Oh. Mm. 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 We see evidence of the power of the mind is totally awesome when it's controlled and when it's dedicated. So the earth coming up the channel, she went white immediately. She entered this collective heart. Mm-hmm. Mm. Come back into your bodies. I understand there's coffee and tea or whatever. Thank you. Phenomenal gratitude. Mm.